This is a video from my second trip to China. Actually, this is the second time we went to go visit the factory, which is quite a flight. It's about a 17-hour flight to Hong Kong, which is about as far as you can go from New York City without starting to come back home. And what's cool about the flight is when you go over, you basically, depending on the route, you fly over the North Pole or near to it. You get these beautiful stretches of white and crystal blue sky and deep space. It's amazing. And then you arrive in Hong Kong. Basically, then from there can transition up into China proper. Okay, it's my first day in China. Woo, it's strange to be here, completely on the opposite hour of whatever it is in New York. So hopefully the day gets started soon. Let's go. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what the first day's meetings were about, but I can only tell you that there's some exciting new developments for Dynamite and the Mighty Wallet, but more later. I just had my first meeting, and it's amazing how much you can agree and yet still not understand each other. But we are making progress, and hopefully this will be an introduction to some really exciting new developments for Dynamite. This is just some late night television that I ended up watching. As it happens when you're when you're 12 hours opposite at whatever time it is in New York, you end up waking up at odd hours watching some weird documentaries. But in some ways, this is kind of strange. But I couldn't help to make some sort of an association with this video and watching it and being in China and thinking about how, the whole sort of ideology, the individual that we have in the West is totally not on par with what's going on in Asia and China specifically, and it's kind of impressive to see. Just the sheer numbers of people in a town, just like, for example, there's a lot of big towns in Guangdong, but the biggest is Shenzhen, and there's about 11 million people in that town. And of course, it's spread out, but it's enormously huge, and it's hard to understand. But it can be completely chaotic, and it can be completely insane. But at times, there's also moments where there's a kind of harmony in that. So here I am watching this like late night, zoning out, boob tube, and having these thoughts about being in Asia. But I don't know. It's a whole different world, and I think if you ever have the chance, you should definitely go visit and get a sense for it. It's pretty amazing. And if you're up late watching late night TV, there's some other things you can do too. Now it's 1:30 in the morning. God, I'm screwed. So, what else would one do but then to eat some Mexican tomato chicken flavor Lay's potato chips? You know those. You can get them at your corner deli, I imagine. So let's check these out, see what this is like. Here we go. Interesting. I'm not sure. I understand why this should actually be sweet. That wasn't something I was expecting. Sweet potato chips. Oh well, so I don't know. I guess I'll walk around the hotel or figure out something to do, but I'm then awake in the middle of the night. And this is not an interesting video.